Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com. You can find the link to the website in the description below. Jed Clampett, the head of the Bodine clan on the classic 1960s TV show The Beverly Hillbillies, was fortunate enough to strike it rich in oil and gas. He did it entirely by mistake. Crude bubbled up from the ground while he was shooting a rabbit. For virtually everyone else who has ever worked in oil and gas, it's been a lot tougher to find oil. And once you do, it can be expensive to extract. For offshore wells, it can cost as much as $100 million per well. For onshore wells, you'll need at least $6 million to get things started. Instead of spending millions in Wildcat, you could instead look at Sabine Realty Trust. They're traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol SBR, a midstream oil and gas company. John, what can you tell us about this company?
Thanks, Mo. Dallas, Texas-based Sabine Realty Trust is an oil and gas trust that has royalty and mineral interests in producing and undeveloped oil and gas properties located in Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. That means it has no real operations or capital expenses. It was formed in 1982 by Sabine Corporation as a trust. Sabine Royalty is primarily used as a flow-through entity for royalties. Now, virtually all of the royalty income it receives gets passed on to unit holders. Now, what that also means, this isn't exploring for or investing in new wells. Since being formed in 1982, the trust produced roughly 24 million barrels of oil and 307 billion cubic feet of gas. This has resulted in the trust paying out roughly $1.7 billion to unit holders. With current reserve estimate total liquids of 8 million barrels of oil, it's worth future gross revenue of approximately $625.8 million. Now, Sabine Realty Trust believes its properties still have a lifespan of more than 8 years.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for a free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video. And its August monthly payout more than doubled to 74 cents per unit.
Yeah, now Sabine Royalty's monthly results are directly impacted by supply and demand and, of course, the price of oil and gas. As a result, the monthly results and distributions can change. For the month of August, Sabine Royalty declared a monthly cash distribution of pretty detailed 0.744730 per unit, or $5.05 per unit on an annual basis, for a distribution yield of approximately 8%. Now, the distribution reflects the oil production from May of 2025 and gas production for April 2025. So the current price of oil and gas is not reflected in its financial results for around 3 months. Keep in mind, oil prices soared in June, so September's distribution could be materially higher.
And as expected, the distribution changes from year to year too.
Yeah, now so far this year, Sabine Royalty has distributed $3.65 per unit. For comparison's sake, over the first 8 months of 2024, it paid out $3.76 per unit. Now, getting paid monthly is a great way to help ride out market volatility. Well, there's a lot of uncertainty out there right now. SBR units are actually doing quite well. As of this recording, SBR units are up 7.75% year to date and 20% on an annual basis, and are currently trading hands at $66.82 per unit. SBR units have a lot of upside. They hit a record high of $91.10 per unit in January of 2023.
John, thank you so much for your insights. Sabine Realty Trust is an oil and gas midstream company with a reliable monthly dividend. As long as oil and gas is coming out of the ground, unit holders will get paid. In fact, it hasn't missed a monthly payment since 2005. Most recently, in August of 2025, it increases monthly payout approximately 117% on a sequential basis to over 74 cents per unit. SBR units have also been doing well, up 20% over the last 12 months. There's growing optimism for Sabine Realty Trust on Wall Street. When we last looked at the trust back in May, there were 129 institutional holders. Today, that number has increased to 141. Some of the biggest unit holders include Morgan Stanley and Two Sigma Investments LP. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.